Tulloch. I'm going to be your host here this evening. And, you know, the topic of choice, and this has been a part of my success here in this amazing industry, is the value of mentorship. And I firmly believe that mentorship equals success in this amazing industry of network marketing. And this is an area that I completely enjoy. And if you're on this call, I encourage you to focus on the information that I'm going to share with you. Maybe you're looking for results. You're looking for answers to questions that you have in terms of why you haven't had the success that you're looking for in this amazing industry. And I firmly believe that from my own personal experience, starting in this industry 10 years ago, not having the knowledge or the understanding of how to build a successful business, to be able to surround myself with the right people, surround myself with the right mentorship that has allowed me today to do business in a number of markets on a global basis. And, I firmly believe that if you're on this call, you have no limitations to being able to achieve your personal and your financial goals if you apply yourself to the basic principles that I'm going to share with you here today on this webinar. So we're going to move forward, and one of the things I want to really touch on is what you need to look for, in a mentor, and some of the characteristics of a mentor. And the first one is really, the word consistent. And, a mentor will repeat instruction over and over again until you get it right. It's not much different than your parents, who would share something with you, and they would share it with you, share that instruction with you on a consistent basis over and over again, because they knew you needed to hear it. You needed to hear it again and again and again, and eventually you'll get it. And that, again, is what a mentor will do for you. They will also provide you with guidance and productive feedback. Very, very important. They'll ensure you are on the right track, and if not, they will direct you in the way to go. And there's always distractions that will come across your path. And again, a mentor will, make that understanding that you can get back on track. There's always distractions. All distractions are equal. And, if you have a goal, you have a dream, what you need to do is really focus on what it is that you want to be able to achieve. So, some of the other examples that a mentor will actually implement with you is in your emails, the tone of your emails. Very, very important. What is the message that you're trying to convey on your emails? How many times do you follow up with your prospects? All right? I mean, you don't have to follow up with your prospects for a lifetime, but there is a system in place that a mentor will help you to manage your time effectively. And you need to really know these things. Very important. Are you ready to do your first training? A mentor is somebody who will identify certain things, and they'll encourage you, and they'll motivate you to take the steps necessary that will assist you in evolving in your business and in your personal life. So the next thing that we're going to look at is, and this is something that I see quite a bit in the industry, is the respect by colleagues in the industry. So your mentor is usually somebody who, has is held in high regard in the industry. They have a tremendous amount of integrity that goes along with being who they are. And what you need to be able to do, obviously, is you need to do your research so that, you're making the right choice when you determine who you want to work with. People get involved in this industry for a number of reasons. They get involved because they love the products, they love the compensation plan, or it's a ground floor opportunity. All of those reasons for me personally are secondary because I think the most important component of your success is based on the mentorship that you're going to be able to experience in the industry. And the internet is a great place to do your research, find out who these individuals are, what their background is, how many companies have they been involved with over the past 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. And that'll give you some clues. If they're consistent and they're persistent, they've been involved with a company for a number of years, that should be an indication that, they're pretty reliable and they don't jump around from one company to the next. So moving along here, the next thing that we're going to be able to experience with a mentor is that they value the opinions and the initiatives of others. So although they've got quite a bit of experience and they've got a great background, they know what works and what doesn't work, one of the things that I've come to realize is that they will listen to what you have to say. They'll listen to your opinion, and then they'll give you a good reason why you should or should not attempt to do something when it comes to taking your business to the next level. And that's because they simply do not want you to waste your time and your effort, your capital in doing projects that really are not going to provide you or yield the results that you're looking for. And I did a training a while back about looking from the outside in. And, that's what a mentor is able to do. They're able to look from the outside in because they've been on the inside and looking out. And, looking on the inside, from the inside is where you're going to get the experience so that at some point in time, you'll be on the opposite side. You'll be looking from the outside, looking in, being able to, really help others to achieve what it is they want to be able to achieve in this industry. All right, so what you want to be able to do, folks, is be cognizant of who you're listening to. There's a lot of people out there who have a lot of opinions. They've never worked the business themselves before. They've never had any success in the industry, but they're ready to tell you how to run your business. So you really want to make sure that you focus on the people who are doing the work, people who are getting the results, because those are the individuals who are going to help you get what you want. So don't hang around people who want to steal your dreams and tell you that your goals are not valid. What else does a mentor do? Well, they demonstrate a positive attitude and also act as a positive role model. Very, very important. They never focus on the negative, and they're always looking for a resolution. And this is really important. I remember on numerous occasions feeling a little bit disillusioned about some of the things that were happening in my business in the early years. And any time I talked with my mentors, they were always upbeat. They were always positive. They were always looking at the best scenarios as to how I could get my business to the next level, always giving me ideas, alternatives, and what, that made a world of difference because, I couldn't stay disillusioned for very long. So, this characteristic is directly related to personal development. Over the years, your mentors have worked on themselves harder than anything else, and that's why they have the mindset that they do. And that's why, over time, you will do exactly the same. You'll be able to develop the same kind of mindset. All right, so as we move forward here, what else does a mentor do? What's the characteristic? They take a personal interest in the mentoring process. You know, they work on themselves as hard as they possibly can. They want to be as good as they can simply because they want to help you to get to where they are. And that's really what a mentor does. They're always working on themselves. So, you know, the mentorship regime is a process. You know, it's something that happens over time. You become a mentor when you begin to introduce your first distributor into the business, because they're going to be looking to you for direction. And, you know, most of the mentors that I've had, in fact, all of the mentors that I've had have taken a personal interest in my success. And you know, what that really means in most cases is telling people what they don't want to hear. You know, people generally will want you to tell them what they want to hear. But being a great mentor is really standing up and telling people the truth, telling people actually what they don't want to hear, because, you know, if they get that, they're going to be on the right track. And that is definitely something that you'll come to know and understand if you're working with the right individual. So, what does a mentor do? What's the characteristic that we're going to talk about now? It's enthusiasm in the field. You know, when they wake up in the morning, they are absolutely positive. When they go to bed at night, they're absolutely positive. They always have the enthusiasm that you will want and that you will experience yourself. So, you know, in a few years that I have been with my current company, I can share with you, I cannot recall even a day that my mentors were down. You know, there was never any negativity that came from my mentorship, from my upline, from my business partners. It was always encouraging. It was always positive. And you know what? That's what we need to do. We need to be positive. We need to be enthusiastic. And just keep in mind, when you're talking with other individuals who have come to you because they want to get involved in a business, you know what? Who would they rather be involved with? Somebody who is enthusiastic, or somebody who's always focusing on the things that don't work? So keep that in mind. Your enthusiasm, your attitude, your mindset is very, very, very important. And it leads to something else. It leads to what mentors do. You know, they motivate others by setting a good example. And this is something that is ever, ever so important. You know, and this is one of the important things, I believe, is that most of the mentors that I know is if they ask you to do something, they've already done it themselves. You know, if it's you know, doing cold calls, they've done it. If it's setting specific goals and achieving those goals, they've done it. You know, it's about doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the feeling has left you. You know, and there have been times, I can honestly say, that I did not want to do some of my activities via the internet. I was really comfortable, didn't want to do it, but you know what? Then I started thinking about my dreams and my goals. I started thinking about, what do I want in life? You know, why am I doing this business? What is my purpose? What is my focus? And then all of a sudden, you know, I realized I had to do it anyway. And you know what? You feel really good after you've been able to accomplish what you set out to do. So very, very important. Lead by example. You know, in the industry, just to add a couple more things, you know, mentors do these things consistently. They share the product like anybody else. They share the opportunity. they attend events. All right, if there's events, whether via the internet or if it's a live event, business presentation, corporate event, you'll find that some of the top leaders are always there. They set goals for themselves, new goals on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, and they work towards those goals. Very, very important. They focus on personal development, ever so important. If you want to get better, then you have to really work on yourself harder than anything else, and that's very simple. You got to pick up a book, read it 15 minutes a day. You've got to, jump on, listen to a great video, something motivational, inspirational, and you got to do that consistently over time. And talking to prospects, if you want to build a business, you've got to be able to talk to prospects, and a mentor will definitely help you in that area. And this is what they can do. This is what they do on a daily basis. And so moving along, folks, I just want to really cover some key points here. Now we're going to talk about a mentor is someone who knows what you need in the mentoring process and is not afraid to let you know. So, we all start out with various strengths and weaknesses. And we focus on the strengths, and we can develop the weaknesses. And this is an area that a mentor will help you to ascertain. They'll help you to determine what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. In fact, you probably know what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And so they can, help you to, develop those areas that need developing, whether it's through watching a video, reading an article, or articles, etc., or, just doing a presentation. Maybe you're, you have the ability to do a presentation, but, you have this fear. Well, the best way to overcome fear is by taking action. So, a mentor is there to help you to take the next step in the mentoring process. And then from there, a mentor is someone who tells you what they are going to do, and then they follow through with their commitment. So this is really important, especially in the goal-setting area. You can get together with your mentor. You can actually begin to put together a plan of action. Maybe there's certain activities that you're going to do on a daily basis. I think in life, one of the challenges that people have is that they're not accountable to anybody. So there's no commitment. So when you make this commitment, then you can begin to work with your mentor on a consistent basis, be accountable, and follow through with what you say you are going to do. And they'll participate, in this process with you. It could be through a mastermind group. They can assist you in developing a plan of action, or they can help you to stay on track where your goals are concerned. All right, so that's, again, that's what a mentor will help you do. And they will also teach and train you how to think like an entrepreneur if you are not one. And this, I think, is very important, especially if you come from a traditional background. You maybe haven't had the experience of being able to do things on your own, where you've worked in a corporate environment where the rules and the guidelines have been set down for you. Well, you know what, entrepreneurs think in a certain way. There's certain things that you need to know, and the best way to kind of get access to this information is through a mentor, and that's somebody who has actually gone through the process, and what they will do is assist you in asking the right questions. So if you're in business here in the network marketing industry, they're going to help you ask the right questions in your business when you're talking to your prospects. And, the difference between my mentors and myself is that they have received more no's than me. They've received more no's than me. So, when you hear no, it's okay. It's not a personal thing. It's probably because the timing isn't right, or maybe somebody's not in a financial position to get started right now. or they just don't see the opportunity for themselves. They need, some more time, which is the way it is sometimes in this business. And I'll tell you, it took me 3 years before I said yes to getting involved in this industry of network marketing. So, never say never. The doors can always be opened. And again, through personal development, you will come to accept the things we cannot change, right? There are just certain scenarios that you have no control over. You plant your seeds, you share your story, and some people will get it right away. Some people will have to wait 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, or even up to 3 years before they're able to see the opportunity. So these are some of the things that a mentor will work with you on, and find the right mentor, and it'll make a world of difference in your business. A mentor is somebody who has the right mindset and is willing to help you develop the same thing. And one of the things that was shared with me when I first got started in this industry by my mentor was that he had the mindset that he would never quit. Quitting is not an option. And so when you get involved in this business, the business is not based on other people's opinions. It's not based on other people getting involved in the business that you know. When you get involved in the business, you get involved in the business to work with somebody who's going to teach you how to develop a business on your own. Most of the people who you get into business with will not be people who you necessarily know. Most of the people that I do business with today after 10 years, I've never known these people before, but we've connected through the marketing systems, et cetera, that we've implemented. So that's why it's really important that you develop the right mindset over time. And it begins by making that decision that when you're in, and you're going to work it till you get the results that you're looking for. In some cases, we like to tell people that it's a 3 to 5 year plan. It's a 3 to 5 year plan. Especially for those individuals who have had no prior experience in the industry. All right, the business is a process, and it's not an event. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It doesn't happen overnight. You must be willing to give it the time to manifest. All right, it takes time. Just like starting a new job, you go through an orientation process, and then you get it down pat. Well, you go through the same thing here in this amazing industry. All right? So let's move on to the next slide here, folks. And that is, it's a journey. It's a journey, and the mentor is willing to take you with him. All right? So like I said in the previous slide, it's a process, and the journey will change your life forever. You will not be the same person by the end of this journey that you started out as when you began. You will be, in general, the same, but your thinking will be quite different. You'll be much more positive. You'll probably be much more. Your belief level will be much higher. Your awareness level will be much more. How can I say it? You'll just be more aware of what's happening around you. You'll be more aware of who you're talking to and where they are at, in their thinking. So it's quite an uplifting type of experience. You grow in the process, and again, remember your mentor is an extremely desired individual. Respect his time or her time, but be proactive. All right? They're busy. They're busy. They've got a lot going on, so you got to be respectful, and they will be there for you. Okay, the next thing that a mentor is, there's someone who does not make excuses but finds the answers. All right, so it's just again about finding the solutions to the challenges that you're being faced. There's always an option, there's always an answer, there's always an alternative. If something isn't working for you, we can find the best solution, the best way to help you with your marketing, with talking to your prospects, with sharing the business model. This is what we do. We'll find a way. You may not have the answers, but based on our experience, based on the success that we've had in the industry with going into new markets, opening up new markets, developing a leadership team in those markets, we have a system in place, and it works quite well. So, excuses are just absolutely not an option. One of the things that I've learned over the years, I think is extremely important, is that a mentor is someone who will teach you how to qualify your prospects. So, you've got a lot of individuals out there who say they want to start a business, they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to make a 6-figure, 7-figure income, but they're not even willing to make an investment into their business. When I started my traditional business in 1986, I was very fortunate because I didn't need any real capital to start the business. I ran a transportation business for 23 years. And so I didn't have a whole lot of overhead at the time. I was working from home. And, today, if I wanted to start that business, I would need a little bit of capital, all right? Today, to get involved in any business that is worthwhile, that is going to provide you with a serious income, there is a little bit of an investment required. And so you need to learn how to qualify your prospects. You need to learn how to ask specific questions. You need to be in control on the call. You're going to get questions asked of you, and you need to answer those questions, but then you need to get back on track. You need to ask certain questions to help you determine if this is an individual who's serious about wanting to be a part of your business. And you can only do that by asking questions. So you can learn. All right, most people who get involved in this industry do not know what questions to ask because they're so excited about telling their story about getting involved in this new business and how you can make all kinds of money and get rich and travel the globe that they forget that that's not what their prospects are interested in. Their prospects are interested in, well, what's in it for me? How can I be successful in this business? And so you've got to help your prospects, again, by asking the right questions. And ultimately, it really comes down to do they have the necessary budget in order to get started with their business? And if not, maybe they need some time to work on putting those funds together. All right, so moving along. A mentor is someone who will change the way you see your life. I think the best way for me to describe this is that when we get started working with a traditional company, a traditional business, we know we're going to be generating an income. And as a result of generating that income, we have aspirations of being able to buy a home, a car, being able to travel, go shopping, give to a charitable organization, just do the things that we envisioned. And then we soon realized that at the end of the month, there isn't enough money to be able to do the things that we'd like to do. So what do we end up doing? We end up putting our dreams and our goals aside and settling for second best. And you see, that won't happen here simply because a mentor is going to help you see the bigger picture. This industry is changing people's lives. It's allowing people to dream again. It's allowing individuals who have developed or who are earning, an income of, let's say, $200, $300, $400, $500 in some of the emerging markets to really dream again and see the potential, see the opportunity of being able to generate a $2,000 income, a $5,000 income, a $10,000 income. But it all comes down to your why. It all comes down to what you want, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to dream of. And a mentor will help you to see the possibilities, again, to realize that it is possible. And that's the power of having the right mentor in your backyard, in your back court. Very, very important. Okay, as we move along here, folks, we're just about winding down. A mentor is someone who will teach you about the many different personalities you will come into contact with. Very important. This will help you to be able to provide the appropriate information to those individuals. There's so many different personality types out there, and what you need to do is find out and learn about who you're talking to. What's important to them, and then you'll be able to give them the right information that they need to help them make a decision in the process. All right, because not everybody is the same. A lot of people have different likes. Not everybody wants to drive a Mercedes-Benz. Some people just want real security. They want to have a consistent income. You've got to be able to know who wants what and help them get it. And by learning about the different personalities, you're definitely going to be ahead of the ball game. It's just going to make it a lot easier for you. A mentor is someone who knows and understands how to market yourself and market your opportunity. And this is a key area. People wonder, well, how come that person is successful? How come I'm not successful? Well, they might be doing a few things a little bit differently than you. And one of the things that I learned many years ago when I got started in this industry, I learned about marketing yourself. I learned about marketing your opportunity. The other was personal development and setting goals. Those are the 4 key components for success for me personally. And so marketing yourself, it comes down to the branding process. You need to brand yourself. You need to take your strengths. You need to let people know who you are. And there's certain ways that you can do that. So again, if you're connecting with the right mentor, he's going to be able to help you to establish a branding system that you can utilize in developing your business. And again, this is not something that happens overnight. It happens over time. So you have to be really patient, but I'll tell you it's well worth it. I remember years ago my mentor and I were having a discussion, and it really came down to the reality. I could work this business for 3 to 5 years and have financial independence for the rest of my life, or I could work the 40-year plan and retire on half of what I couldn't have lived on when I was working on a full-time basis. And so, yeah, there's some time involved. There's a process. It's a 3 to 5 year plan. But is it worth it in the end? Absolutely. So, again, very important to learn the other aspects that make you a successful network marketer in this industry today. Okay, folks, we are just about complete here, and I want to thank you all for joining me on this call. But last but not least, become a student first before becoming the expert. All right, that's what a mentor has done. They were a student at some point in time. They had a mentor. The mentor spent the time with them to help them achieve their personal and their financial goals. And so we all have to start somewhere, and we all have a goal in mind to become the best that we can possibly be. So my name is Patrick Tulloch. I want to thank you for joining me here on this call. And by all means, if you ever have any questions, you can reach me at ypatrick, tulloch.com, and I look forward to talking with you in the near future. Take care and have a great night.